If you don't know IOPE, it's a Korean brand and they focus on skincare and makeup. I've always really liked the brand. I've used their skincare before, so that's why I was very curious to try these. This is called the IOPE Air Cushion XP. Let me tell you why I love this BB cushion so much. First, it's the lasting power. It lasts for an incredibly long time for a BB product. I was in New York City. You know how when you're exploring New York, you're always outside, walking about, you never stop. And I was just like go, go, go from morning to night, 14 hours straight. And this on my face, no primer or anything, because I wanted to like test this out on its own. So just this on top of skincare, and it lasted a good 6 hours on my skin. Now, I have dry skin, so it's amazing on dry skin. It lasted for 6 hours on my skin, and I didn't have to touch up. It wasn't melting off, it wasn't breaking up on my skin, and it just looked really good for a good 6 hours. Now, as soon as you get to like the 7-hour mark, you can tell that you have BB cream on because it starts separating on the skin, especially because I've been sweating outside. It was roasting hot. So in a way, it's normal because a lot of base makeup would do that. Most foundations, if we were to like be outside in that hot weather, it's very common. I'm glad I was in that environment to really test this product out, and it's amazing. So in terms of finish, oh wow. I fell in love with this product mainly because of the finish. It gives me a dewy finish. I used it today. So it gives you a natural dewy finish. I feel like it's not super dewy to the point that it's wet and moist. And if you're wondering, I got it in the shade N21. N stands for natural. They have two lines. It's the N line, which is the natural line. That's more dewy, a lighter coverage, just an overall natural look. And then they have the C line, which is more coverage. C line? I'm looking at the viewfinder and it's flipped, so I'm just like, see? I got it in the shade 21, which, comparing it to a MAC shade, if you need that reference, it's MAC NC20, I would say. So, before I went on the trip, I kept in mind that I will get a few shades darker. So I was like, maybe I should get N23 so that it'll match me when I'm on my trip. After I get back from my trip, I opted for 21. This is what I was thinking at the store. I was like, winter's coming up, I'll be lighter. And since it matches me perfectly now, it makes sense to get N21. And yes, I'll get darker after the trip. But I can always mix this with a little bit of a darker foundation. That'll work perfectly, and that's what I did. So the packaging is beautiful. It doesn't feel cheap. It just looks really classy, and it's really sturdy in the hand. I just traveled with this, and it really stayed put. And when you open it, it has a good size mirror. Here you get a sponge that comes with it, and then also once you lift this flap, you get your product. Soaked in sponge, boop, boop, and then you get a good amount of product in there. So let me just apply a little bit. Now, like I said, this is a little light for me right now because I did get a little darker. But I just want to show you like how well it builds on the skin. Like you can really layer it, and it doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look patchy. I have bronzer and blush on, so. And I like that this smells really good. It has a very light scent, nothing too crazy, but it smells like soap, a little florally, a little soapy. I would say soapy, so it's not like, it smells like an old lady perfume. No, it's not like that. It's a clean smell. So it makes the whole experience really nice because when you open it, it's like, oh yes. Let me blend this out with my beauty blender so that it's not like blush. Boop. So as you guys can see, it's really buildable. I have the second layer and you don't see any dry patches. It's not obvious that you really build on that makeup. So, and you run your fingers through it and it's so velvety soft. Like you just have a baby's bum on your face. Okay, that doesn't sound good. Soft as a baby's bum. So I just want to dedicate this video to IOPE Air Cushion. I just feel like it's worth the money, and I really enjoyed this product, so I had to share it with you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.